I want to thank the witnesses for being here today and attending what could be called the Oversight Committee hearing on the death of the free market. I mean, boy, how things have changed in the grand old party. I mean, it used to be about free markets, and it used to be about corporate freedom, and it used to be small government, and it used to be, government out of businesses, government out of the bedroom. Boy, has that pendulum really swung here. I mean, we want government everywhere. I mean, this is like corporate socialism, where we now want the government to tell people that they have to invest in certain companies. Like, individuals can't make the decision. I mean, it is a wild sort of turn of events for the grand old party. I mean, if Ronald Reagan was here and he was listening to people talk about, that we need government to make sure that people have to invest in companies that, make guns, he wouldn't even recognize you guys. But some of the witnesses, when they were talking about ESG, they talked about as if it was a deadly weapon that's going to destroy our country. It's not. It's not a widely supported investment strategy used to minimize and maximize returns. One of that is shown to offer, greater long-term resilience, lower risks due to factoring in all potential cost to society. But I want to focus on this deadly weapon part. I'm from Parkland, where the shooting was at my high school, Marjory Stoneman Douglas. So if you want clarity on what a deadly weapon is, I can assure you it's not ESG. It's a kid with an AR-15 and unlimited ammunition walking into my school and killing 17 people. So let's have a real sort of grip of reality of what investment strategy is or is not versus what a deadly weapon is. After the Marjory Stoneman Douglas school shooting, Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods announced that they would stop selling assault rifles, I applauded them for doing that. And if I want to invest in a company because they've decided to make a policy change, I should have that ability to do so or not do so, by the way. I'm pretty sure I just saw, some of my colleagues going out and, shooting Bud Light cans because, they didn't like what Bud Light was doing. Should we have government mandate that they got to go invest in Bud Light because we want to support Bud Light? I mean, that's what you guys are advocating. It's really kind of crazy. And so, I don't know what we're doing here, Mr. Chairman. This is part one. There's going to be a part two. I mean, part one was just so fascinating. I can't wait for part two. But this committee has not taken any action on gun violence. We want to talk about a deadly weapon. This committee has not looked at all into AR-15s or deadly weapons or school shootings or mass shootings. I mean, you think parents in this country care about ESG? No, they care about dropping their kid off at a movie theater or at a mall, or at school. They don't care about ESG. This is stuff that 10% of Twitter cares about, okay? And so I just want to know when we're going to get serious here. And so, Mr. Chairman, I ask, when is this committee going to have a hearing on gun violence?
You weren't here last year, but all the hearings pertain to the Washington Commanders football team. They pertain to the Equal Rights Amendment. They pertain to abortion. They didn't have a single hearing with a single Biden administration official. They didn't have a single hearing on any type of anything relating to how tax dollars were being wasted by this administration. So maybe you should take the lead in campaigning for your side of the aisle, and then if you all win the majority, then you can have hearings on the Washington Commanders football team again.
No, I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. Chairman. That's fine. I wasn't here, but, you're in charge now, and mass shootings are completely out of control. And so you have the power to make the decision, decide whether we should have hearings on D.C. public urination or on mass shootings. You're the chairman. I'm just a lowly Democratic freshman. And so I implore that this committee start to look at mass shootings and the real weapons that are destroying people's lives, which are AR-15s. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.